All right, new video time. So this week's video is slightly different. Well, actually, quite different from my normal videos. So we have two timelines now. So we have the summer vlog project, which is still being uploaded, and that's like stuff that I did this summer. And then we have this kind of stuff, which is like more current. So this is like basically a little more than a week after like classes have started in UT. So this is obviously after the summer vlog project, so completely like different timelines. But I thought that I should start this up and upload them as they happen, and we'll see how that goes. So in this video, I want to do a quick little apartment tour. I'm now in a new apartment, different from the summer apartment that I used to be in. So this apartment is located in the South Campus, called the G, and where I used to live was North Campus. So I just wanted to do a little apartment tour, my room tour setup. Not gonna go too detailed, and I'm gonna do, I guess, a review. Let's put that in as well. So let's get started. All right, so this is the G, and this is basically, let me change the camera angle. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm sharing it with my roommate. And when you first enter the apartment, you immediately see the kitchen and the counter. This is basically like, I think it's shaped like this so that you eat here. They don't really provide like a dining table or anything. The fridge is provided. The G is a pre-furnished apartment, so that means they come with furniture. And so all of this stuff is provided, the microwave. Obviously you have to get your own like pots and pans and whatnot. So in here we have your laundry, so equipped with a washer and a dryer. It's actually a bit hard to use, but I mean, you get used to it. It works. So you don't have to worry about getting those. What I like about this is your breakers. So if you ever trip your power here, then you can fix it by yourself, I assume. So usually I don't see those in apartments, so that's pretty nifty. So let's move on to the living room. So here you have your furniture. This is all the furniture that they gave us, so none of like this kind of style furniture, this is all theirs. So this already came with the apartment, as so did this. And there was originally a couch here, but we're in the process of replacing that, so it would normally be in this location. And one thing I do want to mention while I'm like rambling about this is, you see this router right here. So the G provides internet, but it doesn't provide wireless internet. So what I mean by that is you get wired connection. So if you have an Ethernet port to your computer, you can plug that in and you're going to be good to go. But let's say you want to connect your phone or other devices that use Wi-Fi. And so if you want to do that, you'll have to get your own router, which is it's not a major problem, but it's just something unexpected. I didn't expect that, oh, you would have to like buy your own equipment in order to use the internet. Let's move on to my room. So this is not supposed to be like my setup video, so I'm gonna go through this briefly. So there's many monitors, as you can see, and I can put my work on each one of them, like have a textbook open and have work problems open and have a Word document, and I can have all those open at the same time, and it'll just make things faster. And obviously editing and music production will go faster with that. This L-shaped configuration is what I usually like with the setup. And so one of the problems that I encountered was, let me move the chair. Here's the bed. And I don't know if you can see in this video, the bed is pretty large compared to the room. This bed is a full-size bed, and in like, I guess, comparison to the room, it's quite odd because it's really large for the room. You get a full-size bed and then you get this kind of room, and you don't really have that much space. So what I struggled when moving in here was I had to get this full-size bed turned so that I can get this L-shape set up to work out, because I also needed space for the chair to roll around in. So I actually had to turn the bed 90 degrees. I actually did this multiple times to figure out that this was the best configuration for the room. And even so, it still leaves this weird spot here that I can't really do anything with except put all the stuff that I'm not using, like just this spot right here. So that's a weird thing that I had to do. I'll talk more about that later, like as one of my complaints for this apartment. But right now we're just gonna complete the tour. So there's a bathroom here. And so at the G with the 2 bedrooms, you get 2 rooms. They're different though. One bathroom will be larger than the other bathroom. And with that, you get a sacrifice. So if you want the larger bathroom, you're gonna have to go with the smaller bedroom. If you want the smaller bedroom, you go with the larger bathroom. And so this bathroom is actually the larger bathroom. So I get the smaller bedroom. I didn't really care, but so it comes with the shower and all that. Water comes on pretty quickly, the warm water at least. So you also get the mirror that can be open and you can store stuff in here. So pretty nice. So that's really all there is to the apartment. Pretty cozy, smaller than I expected. I'll also talk about that later. And that's it. All right, so now I want to get into the final portion of this video, which is the review. So what I think about this apartment, I'll list some things that I like, I'll list some things that I dislike. There's quite a lot of things that I dislike, so I'll try to narrow that down quite a bit. What I like about this apartment. So the location is great. In South Campus, just directly south of UT. It's a great place for just convenience because you can go to UT easily, at least South Campus wise. If you want to go to North Campus area, like engineering buildings, well, that's going to be a walk. So, but there are buses. Buses are convenient. Getting to the city is very convenient. So, a convenient location for anyone who's looking for that. That was a big advantage for this apartment. Another one is, I guess, internet. You technically don't pay for internet. You pay for water, electricity, but internet is free. So you have unlimited internet every month. Obviously, I said earlier, you do have to pay for the router. So if you want Wi-Fi, you gotta get your own router, but it's yours, so you get to keep it afterwards. So that's pretty nice. It's just an extra little thing that you gotta spend money on. Third thing is, I like how, I don't necessarily like all the furniture here, but I like how they provide you with every basic furniture part that like would fit like most people's needs. So you get a desk, you get a bed frame and bed. You don't have to worry about getting those. So if you want like a better desk, if you want like an L shape like me, then I had to put in my own desk. But they already gave me a desk to start out with, which I do appreciate. So I was actually struggling to list some of the things that I like because it's just a regular apartment. There's not like too much. Oh, I guess it's pretty new. So things look new. I don't think that there will be too many problems with like things falling apart around here. So that's pretty nice. So let's get into my complaints about this place. There are quite a few and I'll try to narrow those down. So first complaint. Let's just start with yeah, most people worry about the pricing when they choose apartments, and the pricing is definitely a problem here. I don't think it's reasonable. I'm paying around $950, not including the utilities here, per month, and for this location, yeah, the location does add like the value into this place, but I don't think this apartment with everything added together, including that location aspect, is worth $950 a month, because I can get somewhere cheaper in West Campus, and it's West Campus. West Campus is pretty nice. So when you come in here, you kind of think, well, this space is kind of small for what I'm paying for, and my roommate thought the same. So I don't really know what like is worth the $950. Location a couple $100 maybe. Like a pretty new apartment, I guess a couple more $100. Furniture is not that much. Furniture, they do provide it, but the furniture they provided is pretty cheap in quality. So I don't know like how much that adds. Convenience, I guess. They do have a pool, they do have a fitness room, although the fitness room is definitely crap. The mail is pretty easy to get. I mean, there's a lot of little things that do add up in making it a pretty like nice, well-rounded apartment, but I still don't see why it's worth $950 a month. So yeah, that's definitely one of the major complaints that I have, and I feel that most people would have if they had chosen this apartment. The second big thing, I would have to say management. So I think a lot of people would agree with me on this if they have lived at the G. The management is kind of terrible. Like I wanted to believe in them, but it's kind of terrible. They don't really handle things well, and they don't handle it in a timely manner, and you're kind of just left in the dark. Like you live here. Even when coming in, I was like, wait, so when am I supposed to get my like details about how to move in? Like I didn't know when like things were supposed to happen. They certainly weren't that helpful when providing like maintenance, which is also part of the management aspect, I guess. Our couch was pretty scratched up, and I had reminded them a couple times, hey, can we get our couch replaced? And management was like, oh, sure, if it's damaged, we can replace your couch. It's been like a week and nothing has happened. So definitely have to keep telling them things. The third major thing, all right, this is worth noting. When you sign for the lease for the G, you don't get to see what the actual apartment looks like. So when you look online for the floor plan, you can kind of get, there's also images. You can kind of like get a feel of what your apartment would look like. However, those images are pretty much fake. And I'm not saying that no room looks like the image. It's just our room had no similarities with the images online, and they wouldn't let us like tour a room. They were always saying, "Oh, our rooms are all leased out. We don't have a demo room. We can't let you look inside one of the rooms." And so we were like, all the other apartments around here are full and we can't get anything else. And this looks decent, so let's try it. And so we took a leap of faith and we fell down a giant cliff into a chasm with a bunch of spikes, and now we're here. So this is pretty much my experience with leasing here. It's kind of terrible. I didn't get to look at what this place looked like. And I signed it, and then first day coming in, I'm like, what the hell is this? There's nothing here, doesn't look anything like the pictures, and really it's so small. So I think that's one like major thing that like a tip that I would give if you're looking for apartments. I'm pretty sure most people know about this, but like I took the risk and it's really not worth it. Go make sure you can look at the apartment first before you decide on signing or putting in a security deposit. Make sure you get a good look before you decide. And in this case, they weren't willing to let us look, so maybe it wasn't a good idea. But now with this video, you can see things. So hopefully that helps a bit. I was not gonna do this, but I just thought of it. There's a fourth major dislike is right behind me, actually. It's this bed. So I mentioned this earlier. This bed is full size and it's really large compared to the room. And it's abnormally large and it's absurd. So I have no complaints about like a full-size bed, but when it's in a room and it like basically takes up half of the room space, then it's kind of weird. Like for a bed, I don't need that large of a bed in here. Like here's a comparison. So in my summer apartment, the bed there was also full size and it fit in the room very nicely. The room was pretty large actually. And even though the bed was full size, I felt that it didn't detract from the room at all. I still had plenty of space for whatever I needed to do. I could do the L shape. I had a bunch of walk room actually. And same size bed here, but it doesn't work. You know why? Because the room is not the correct size for it. So that's just absurd. Like the things in the G, the furniture that they gave me, it's just the sizes are weird. Like I don't know how they designed these. I don't know how they picked these. I don't know why they did this. It just doesn't make sense. Why would you put a full-size bed that takes up half of the room so that you don't have room for anything else? It doesn't make sense. So, I mean, if it was a twin size, if it was anything less than full size, it would have made sense. So that's a major complaint that I had, and my roommate hates it as well. It's just way too big. So, yeah, that finishes up the major complaints I have about this place. Let's get down to the end of this. Who should consider this place? It's laughable because I've mentioned so many bad things, but it is still worth considering if you can overlook these. So I'm gonna quickly wrap this up because I just noticed that I have class coming up soon, so I want to make sure I can finish recording before I head off to class, and I also don't want to be late. So conclusion: who would want to live at the G? Certainly not me. Well, I'm fine living here for a year, but I don't think I will continue this lease just for the reasons that I've stated in this video. Just the disadvantages outweigh the advantages at this moment. But I don't know about you. You might have different considerations. Your priorities are different. So I think that if you are, I guess, if you don't care too much about the price and your priority is on the location, then yeah, consider this place because it's great. There's actually only a handful of apartments that are located in this area, so close to UT, but also South Campus.
Room, so that you don't have room for anything else. It doesn't make sense.
Students
so
would know
I mean, if it was a twin size, if it was anything less than full size,
but
it would have made sense.
I think
so.
Just a few.
That's a major complaint
South
that I
Campus.
had, and my roommate hates it as well. It's just way
second
too
thing,
big.
You want a new apartment? Well, here it is. This is a
yeah,
pretty new
that
apartment.
finishes up.
And,
there
are
major complaints I
things
have about this
scratched up
place
and stuff.
I mean,
Let's
people do
get
that.
down
There's gonna be
to
like bad residents
the
that live here and
end of
screw
this
things up.
Who
But
should overall? It's new. I can tell.
consider
Like,
this place.
These walls compared
It's
to the
laughable
summer
because
apartment
I
was at.
mentioned
These are
so
new.
many bad things, but
and
it is
so
still worth considering.
I
if
assume
you can
with that,
overlook these.
you won't run into too many problems. I did have a door handle problem. Quickly got that fixed, but overall there wasn't that many problems to start out with, and I don't foresee many problems arising either. So if you're valuing newness and location, well, here it is, the G. Now, if you're valuing your money, the quality of living here, I'd say you might want to consider some other options because the quality is not that great. If first I'm talking about this bed to my right, this bed has definitely taken the quality down a notch, but I will say it's with this kind of space, it's pretty cozy. Not for people who want more space for their stuff. So yeah, if you want space, if you want a cheap place with space, you're not getting that here. That's the bottom line. But yeah, hope this gave more insight to choosing an apartment if you're struggling with that. Make sure you obviously choose early. The apartment process starts early, so you want to get into it as early as possible. And with the G, I know I wasn't able to find that many resources to see what it would be like, but now there's an extra one and you get the full view, right? So that's pretty nice. You can take a look and be like, well, this is crap, or this is amazing. I don't know, but yeah, that's my apartment review and tour. So hope you enjoyed that. If you like this channel in general, share it with your friends. It does help a bit when I see more views coming in because it helps my motivation. People are like this. I want to get motivated. And so yeah. I will see all of you guys next week, hopefully. I'm trying to stick with this one video per week thing. Hopefully it goes well. All right, see ya.